Bender, this world isn't good enough for you.
Not even close.
He's the Beatles of cartoon voices, the Van Gogh of impersonators, the Chaz Bono of vocal actors. I'm talking about Billy West. Comedy Central has picked up new episodes of his fantastic show, Futurama, and the DVD collection is out in July. That means more Fry, Farnsworth, Zoidberg, and Zap. Please welcome the man who voices all those awesome characters, Mr. Billy West. Such a pleasure.
Very nice to see you again.
Yes.
I'm actually a germaphobe. I'd rather not do this.
Billy,
Sorry.
Nah.
Billy, you have done over 120 different characters. Could you just run through them for me?
Not 120, but I can do like greatest hits.
Yeah, there you go.
In 1990s, early 1990s, I was working on the Howard Stern show. And I was doing the devil's work there, and then I'd cut across to Nickelodeon and do this sweet little 11-and-a-half-year-old boy named Doug.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, you know, my name is Doug Funny. I'm a painfully average 11-and-a-half-year-old, and this is my dog Pork Chop. And, oh, wait, here comes, and I did the voice of this bad kid, based on a kid who used to ride me. He was my own personal devil, and his name was Roger Klotz. And he was always like, give me that phone. Hello, hello, I'm running for office, so vote for this. You know, and then there was Ren and Stimpy.
Of course, Stimpy. You were Stimpy.
Well, Stimpy's voice was based on Larry from the Three Stooges.
Larry Fine.
I was a total stooge maniac.
Yeah.
Because it was lowbrow. I had the Marx Brothers had to like grow on me. They were classier. So I loved it because of the hitting and all that. And
let me see
Larry,
your progression from Larry to Stimpy.
Okay, Larry would be like, "Hey Mo, there's too much tinsel on the tree.
That's fantastic.
Be careful, Mo." You know. "Hey Mo, I peed on my shoe." "Hey Mo, I broke your Pesach dishes." "Why, you idiot? This is the meat. This is the dairy." Zochumph. Poor Mrs. Stooge.
Yeah.
But anyway, they said, yeah, that's a great voice and everything. We can't have Stimpy sound like a depressed old Jewish guy. So they said, cartoon him up.
Yeah.
So it got cute, and he's a big retarded cat, a brain-dead cat. So it was like, it turned into, like, they would even draw the characters. They would come in and film me, and I had all these. I have ostrich feet. They're not even crow's feet. And all of a sudden, it was like, you know, it'd be like, happy, happy, joy, joy. Hey, Ren, will you button me? Will you shut up, you fool? Else I shall kill you.
Did you actually do Popeye?
Yes.
How long did it take you to learn Popeye?
It took a long time. You know when you're a kid and you and your friends are messing around with voices, and one kid gets lucky because his voice might be close to something, and you go, how you doing that, man? Yeah. Well, I was obsessed with trying to figure out sounds. My world was a sonic world when I was a kid. I grew up in the 50s, so that voice always bedeviled me. Yeah. So I thought I could do it, and we'd all run around doing it. It was like, hey, Olive, you know, and of course it wasn't right. So I see this movie called Genghis Blues. It was a documentary about Tuvan throat singers in underneath Mongolia. Right. And they had a horse culture because the music was like like country and western, except they'd start singing and you'd hear the guitar or the banjo, and all of a sudden you'd hear, and then that splits into different notes and stuff. It's crazy. So I go, Popeye. He was a Tuvan, you know, because it was like, it's two voices at the same time. It's like, yoo-hoo, olive oil, I bring you some flowers. And then it was a low voice at the same time. Yoo-hoo, olive oil, I bring you some flowers. And then the two of them together like, yoo-hoo, olive oil, I bring you some flowers.
Okay, I gotta ask you.
That is amazing.
You took over. It was Casey Kasem who used to do Shaggy. Yes. And you became Shaggy.
I'm working on you next. We had a great show this evening. No, I can't get it. But Casey Kasem was a vegetarian, like before I was, and he would be reading as Shaggy, so they kept the meat thing, like, you know, Scooby snacks were meat and this and that, and it started to get under his skin. So he's reading the script one day, and he goes, come on, Scoob, let's get some Scooby snacks. He's like, a nice meat. Why does it always have to be meat? Why can't they eat celery sticks? You know, and he, like, it was an issue. And so I thought that was pretty cool. So he didn't do it for a while. I'm not sure if that was the reason. I've got to get home to my big, goofy wife, Jean. The white Grace Jones.
You know, Shaggy's real name.
Oh, you got me there.
Norville Rogers.
See, I'm not a child of the 70s. I didn't grow up with it. I was out playing music in bands in the 70s. I never watched Dallas. I never saw Dynasty.
I got to hear you, Robin Williams.
Oh, 30 seconds has gone by and I haven't used every word in the English language.
Can you do Ellen?
Oh, what's this? You got a phone in there? I would have called you sooner, Chief, but I couldn't get my shoe off. It's, you know, everything's a prop to him.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I went to one of his shows and he comes down and he sees this big striped sweater and I go, he's coming after me. And he goes, look, everybody, Sears out of sale.
It's funny because it's sad.
Now
the
Robin
sweater.
Williams doing coke.
I said, I tried to say, but he ran off with the mic. I said, I get all my clothes at the airport. Don't blame me.
All right, we got to move on. Thank you, Billy West. Guess what? More Billy West. It's true, more Billy West. Yes. Hey, I got to ask, how many voices do you do in Futurama?
I don't know, like 4.
Don't ever do that voice again because it makes me aroused.
Really?
Yes.
Put it away, it's ugly.
Okay, so anyway. All right, so anyway, where was I? Governor?
Oh, yeah.
You were way over there by Joe. The governor, the guy who ran for president. I'm like, yeah, so listen.
Okay, how many voices you do on Futurama?
Like 4 of them usually, and then there's the peripheral voices, like, you know, the occasional, like, garbage man number 2 or whatever they assign to
So
us.
people who aren't familiar with the show, what are the tell me about the 4 characters and do their voices if you want.
Well, Philip J. Fry is a 25-year-old pizza delivery boy.
Yeah.
And if you say something to him, they wrote it so beautifully stupid.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I don't know what something means, so it sounds so genuine.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, there was a line and we were recording and somebody said, hey, Fry, I heard beer makes you stupid. And he goes, no, it doesn't. And I thought it was a typo. And I went, David, are you sure that, you know, and he goes, please read it as written. And I said, and I didn't get it. And then I saw it on television. I was like, ah! It sounded so stupid because I didn't know what I was doing. And then there's Professor Hubert Farnsworth, a 147-year-old. And I physically rattle when we're at the table reads because he's 147. He's got no muscle mass. He's skin and bone. And it's like, you know, good news, everyone. Bad news. And I have to pretend like I'm farting dust, like I was 147.
What character are you closest like in real life?
Probably Fry.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I knew that the more cartoony of a voice you do, you can be replaced by crack impressionists. That they can grab onto, but if you do like your own voice when you were 25, I happen to remember what I sounded like. It was just higher and whiny like it already is.
Yeah.
You know, and I used that. I said, it's just so hard for someone to grab a hold of that. Someone's real, true voice, not an impression, not the essence of it, but what it really is.
You must be so excited that they brought it back. Did you have any idea?
I'm thrilled to death. I could eat garbage.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, young lady, bring me a sandwich from the dumpster. And leave the maggots on it. Oh, and then there was Zap Brannigan. His character originally was like he's this space hero, and he wears this little tiny man skirt. So you're not sure like what he's up to, and he's pretending to be a He-Man and everything. And it's like, Kiff, let them in. I've made it with a woman. You know, and then he has this guide with rules like, you know, Fry, let me tell you something. This is a tip from my guide to making love at a woman. He goes, the way to a girl's heart is through her parents. Sleep with them and you're in. I don't write these lines. These are Harvard physicists.
Yes.
The craziest thing about the show.
Yeah, they are.
And they were funny. And so they all met. They were Harvard grads, and I'm going, this is a club I'll never belong to.
When did you start doing voices or discover that you could do these?
When I was a kid, because I was... I heard that stuff coming out of the TV, and like I said, my world was just sonic. It was like it disregarded images compared to what I wanted to hear. Radio, I was a radio freak.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you heard Mel Blanc doing all these voices, I wound up doing Bugs Bunny for Space Jam.
And I got to work with Michael Jordan. The closest thing to a religious figure that we have, Doc.
You guys keep in touch?
Who?
Michael
I
Jordan.
thought you said Mel Blanc.
No,
Like the, you know that painting of the creation? Yeah, it's like, I'm still feeble. Michael Jordan, yeah, me and him, sure. Yeah, like you said.
We got to go. Thank you so much, Billy West. When you're in town, please come
Wait a
back.
minute, I got a knock-knock joke.
Okay, go ahead.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Bill O'Reilly. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Screw it, we'll do it live.
Very good. For a minute there, I thought you were him. It was amazing. All right, thank you, Billy West. Coming up.
Thank you, Fox. Hi, Fox.
Why did Carrie get the boot? We'll find out if my mom gives it.